Hi, folks. Welcome back. Hope everybody's keeping well. So, today we have another new band on the channel. We're doing Talking Heads. And yeah, disclaimer, this is nowhere near a reaction. I am very familiar with this song and this concert. Uh, you know, Incredible memories. It just sends me back to being a child, with my dad playing this stuff in the house. And remember, we used to watch the film on a pretty regular basis. We used to. Is it Life During Wartime? The bit where they're sort of running on the spot and all that. We used to do that as kids. We were watching the TV and going with that and get the badminton rackets out, pretend you're playing guitar and all the rest of it. So the reason why we're doing this is because even though it's not a reaction, I'm just going to talk about this song. It's a great song. And it was one of the top three voted songs on my June poll over on my Patreon page. So we have Metallica Fade to Black, we had Iron Maiden Aces High, and we had Talking Heads Stop Making Sense. So we had something a wee bit different here, something not metal or rock based. So yeah, no, this is just superb stuff. This Talking Heads are just like an amazing band, aren't they? Um, I just love the art aesthetic and everything going on with this. And it wasn't until I was obviously an adult that I watched Silence of the Lambs that later became one of my favorite films. That I realized the connection there with the director, Jonathan Demme. So, just another little Easter egg there. So, Girlfriend is Better live, and this is unscripted. We're going to play it. It's been a while since I've listened to the song. Just see what sort of thoughts come to me as we go, but hopefully you enjoy this. And if you do, please do like, subscribe, comment below, and let me know what other songs you'd be interested in hearing me, talk a wee bit of shit about. Because it's all really just a stream of shade in it. But, there you go. Hopefully some of yous enjoy it. Well, I know some of yous enjoy it. There you go. With a big suit. Talk about setting the scene, man. David Byrne really is one of the, come on, like he's one of the greatest sort of charismatic frontman performers of all time. Just he just has to walk across the stage. All right, he's got the suit on and stuff, and the lighting's all helping, but just that trance-like thing he's put himself in, like he's so captivating. Love the sparseness in the music because there's not a million things happening. You can hear everything has got its very specific place. You got that sort of ostinato, bum, bum, dum bum. Something ominous about that synth line. Lots of energy on the drums. It's not this sort of soft. Lots of energy, lots of hard hitting, and that really driving percussion there. Okay, so let's take a wee bit of that back in again. Yeah. You notice how that cymbal is so hard panned to the right as well. Almost sounds like it's being put in afterwards in post or something like that. It just sounds so separated, which in a live performance I don't know. It's very odd. It's so far over there. Amazing. Cowbell on the offbeat. Love that. So much rhythm going on, between the instruments. Dum ba dum ba dum ba bum. That's just essentially that rhythm, which is a basic rhythm, but to play about with a cowbell in between the melodic line, dum ba dum ba dum ba, it just gives this really lovely immersive thing going on. Really laying into those drums, like playing about with a whittly knob on the keyboard. I think that's its technical name. Funk guitar. This nervous energy he brings, man. Incredible harmonies. I've got all my dance moves from David Byrne, like that's me dancing. Just realised it. Before we hit that chorus, that amazing chorus, do you hear this sort of, again, it's a bit like an ostinato. It reminds me of something kind of like Bach, actually, or something classical about that da 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 da. You get the single note and the alternating pattern with the melodic sort of notes heading up, da 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 da. You can imagine that being played on harpsichord, completely take it out of that. Dun, 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 dun. It could be straight in the Baroque period. More rhythm though, instead of bum 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 ba-da-dum 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 ba-da-dum. No need to worry, everything's under control. Tino on the bass. Turn this up. Is it? That's... trying not to swear so much. That's just incredible. Just incredible. Do you notice how straight the drumming is? Reminds me a little bit of Michael Jackson. He lays that foundation a lot in a lot of his songs. Just lock it in. It gives so much groove and so much freedom to everything else that's playing around. It's funny because when I was a kid, I kind of equated greatness of, how well somebody plays an instrument with complexity. Oh, he's an amazing drummer, or she's an amazing drummer because all the rest of it. And while that is true, playing for the song is far more important than you being like, listen to me. I really admire a drummer that can be restrained like that, and some of the best songs that have stood the test of time have what you'd call a basic pattern happening. And the reason why it works so well is because I feel like I'm still dancing even though it's turned off. It's so contagious, that moving. It's this song that's interesting. So this never sounds flat. It never sounds boring. It's just right for the song because it gives space. Do you hear how much stuff's happening with the synthesizers, and there's like little sort of things on the guitar where you're sort of doing these sort of different weird effects. There's some things like that in there. So all the rest of the band are able to do so much creativity and get unusual sounds because they're not just filling that space with with a drummer, which is fine and I enjoy that, but it helps give Talking Heads so much individualism that's it's just superb, isn't it? Oh, here we go again. You can hear the guitar in there. There's different things happening there. Even the dynamics within when the backing singers are in and when they're out, everything together, and then David on his own, everything together on its own. So much attention to detail within the arrangement. So it's not just full on. You know, this is what's so important about arranging and producing music. It's not just throw this on, throw this on, throw this on. It's knowing when to take stuff out, when to put it on, when to take it out, when to change it, all this kind of stuff. Yeah, and that just takes time. Everything together on its own. Lovely funky stuff going on on the guitar. I would love to have been to this. Wow, what's that in there? Is that Tina on the synth? Bang, 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 bang. I fucking love David Byrne, man. I know what it's like, David. Yeah, music wants to make you move in the weirdest ways. The cameras get it so right. There's so many live performances that I've seen that whether it's a guitar solo or there's something happening on stage and the camera's in the wrong place. Usually when it's focused on the front person, when they're not singing, I'm like, oh, get me onto the musicians. I want to see the drummer. I want to see the bassist. I want to see this. Not with David Byrne. Keep the camera on David Byrne. The music is just all seeping in. You're not missing any of it, even though you've got all of your attention on him. You know, he's not doing this sort of hold the microphone out to the crowd or clap your hands or these sort of, you know, cliched kind of things that a lot of, not that I'm a front person, I don't know, it must be really difficult to do that, but the sort of things that you see a front person do, I'm like, I don't care about that. I want to see what he's doing or what she's doing over there. But I just want to watch. Just keep the camera on David. David. It's just effortless. So much charisma. And it doesn't seem rehearsed either. It might be, but it doesn't seem it. He's on another planet. And I want to be there too. Those girls are feeding off his energy like as we all are. That's a thing that could be too much for me. You know, so much of the sort of spectrum in the EQ, everything feels very much in the mid and lows to me. And then you get this, it is piercing, but it's not too piercing. It's the type of thing that my ear, if it's any more than that, I might be like, oh, is it so like, you know, right to the limit in terms of my taste. Might be too much for some people. Some people might be like, what are you even talking about? Because their threshold is way beyond that or whatever. But there's something about the piercing quality of that synth is just right to get that sort of, oh, that's really nasty, but not off-putting. It's all murky sounding, like, you know this? So they go, it's way up there. It does have like a sort of creaminess to the patch, the tone of it, so I think that's why, because it's such a high note. It could end up being shrill, but it doesn't sound shrill. I love those wacky, you know, the mod wheel on the synth. Really exaggerated. He closes into himself, disappears. I've got stuff to do here. Don't let me get pulled in. Ah! Right. I'm gonna have to watch this whole concert again. In fact, I do have it on Blu-ray. I remember buying it on Blu-ray maybe 10 years ago or something like that now. Bit of feedback there. So yeah, awesome. So if you enjoyed this, please do like and subscribe. Consider supporting the channel. And see you all again soon.